Hello, everyone. Good morning, and I hope that everybody is staying safe, and also you guys are all are having a good morning this Tuesday. So first of
Yep.
all, I
Hello
would like
guys as
to
well.
yeah. First of all, I would like to say thank you for joining Aplikasi's first webinar on Zoho products. So, but before I introduce our speaker, I would like to give out some background on Aplikasi. So, Aplikasi is a digital transformation consulting company that aspires to help business, especially SMEs. Yeah, they are promoting efficient, effective, and future-proof solution using Zoho. And and for you guys to know, they are one of the fastest growing Zoho partner in Malaysia. So without further ado, we have Azlan here, the founder of Aplikasi and also a Zoho fanboy, with us to give much wider view about human resource management software, or in short, HRMS. First, during this webinar, we're going to break into three parts, which is the first, we are going to discuss about the HR pain points. And then second, we are going to show you how to solve it digitally with Zoho. And also the last one is how you will adapt towards digital transformation. Not only Zoho, on any software as well. This one is more like a general point of view. So if you have any questions, please put it down in the comment section, and Azlan will be answering at the end of the session. Questions can be about anything that we demo or anything that is about digital transformation. All right, so some people might say that this is a simple task or a simple job, HR. Okay, I'm not sure because I'm not from the field. So why do we need to invest on a HRMS software or a software itself? And actually, this is a question and also a debate going on among SMEs, because they feel that the more money that they save, the more money that they can make. But actually, maybe there is a different thought about it. So what do you think, Azlan?
Right, first of all, thank you, Sharil. This is our first webinar on Zoho. So I hope we can address as many concerns, as many queries, questions coming from the audience. And to answer your questions here, why SMEs especially need HRMS? As we know, HRMS is not a new term. The software or the system itself is being used widely by many companies, many large corporations, MNCs, especially GLCs, or maybe because people think that HRMS would cost something, would cost them an arm or a leg maybe. But say for SME, why do they need such a system in place in their organization, right? Wouldn't it be enough if, let's say, they just have a payroll system, and everything else can be done in a spreadsheet manually? Because if things can run, and if things don't break, why change it? And they always have this notion about cost. How much will it cost me? What's my ROI? If I invest X amount, how much will I get in terms of the return? So for me, it's all about the will, or the idea of having things to run faster and smoother by having such a system. And what if I can see that by having such a system, although you need to fork out some amount of money, you need to invest some, but what if we can tell you that by doing so, things can be done smoother, routine jobs can be automated, and that translates into people can have quality time in terms of performing their work, in terms of production hours. And with that, they can always go back early, as in they don't need to stay back just to fill up or finish up all the backlog items as part of their day-to-day tasks.
Okay, all right. I see. I think that's a great answer just to warm up our discussion for today. So let's go deep. You said that having a digital business software can make your work efficiently and also smoothly. I understand that, but let's talk about the pain points that pain point first for us to understand why SMEs and need HRMS so much. So, as someone who provides such a service, can you share with us what are the pain points you see from the clients?
All right, I have to say that when we speak to prospects or when we speak to customers, they always come to us and say that, okay, I want to expand, I want to grow my business. I've been running this way for the past 2, 3 years, 5 years, but now I want to expand. How can I do it smoothly, or how can I do it better? Then of course we will ask, okay, how are you running it at the moment? And the answer will always be most of the time manually, and most things are still being recorded in paper forms, and then this translates into many hours being spent just to complete paperwork items rather than focusing more on things that matter, which are selling your services, selling your products, maintain relationship with your customers or your clients, so and so. So and then they also say that due to the fact that their employees come and go, and especially during this pandemic, you have your coworker today with you working side by side or either remotely, and then suddenly tomorrow, whenever you want to continue with whatever that is being left the day before, then suddenly they say that, okay, they will not be available due to the fact that they have close contact, maybe their spouse or their partners have contracted COVID, and then due to that they need to be self quarantine, and then they might not be able to perform their job. So yeah, that's another pain point, which is information might be scattered everywhere. Some forms or some data might reside in somebody else's computer, PC, and then whenever this person is not available, I will either need to wait for them to send it over to me. And I think the most popular method of communication is now through WhatsApp rather than email. Before I can even do my work. And then lastly, I think with the current situation again, most people, professionals especially, are choosing to work remotely from home. It is no longer a crime or punishable offense. If let's say an employee tell their bosses that they need to stay at home to take care of their kids, take care of their children because they can't go to school, they need to monitor their online classes and all. So due to that fact, information or data needs to be accessible anywhere, rather than having the need to always go to office. You don't need to be physically present at your workspace or office to perform your job. I think we need to be able to make it to make data accessible and to make it available for everyone. In
Okay,
this current times.
to summarize, okay, so the pain point is first is that they need to things to be done fast and efficient without having to interrupt their current work. That's the first one. The second one is the second one and the third one I think is quite the same, meaning that if you have staff come and go, meaning that you have a employee profile that you need to keep track with, all the files that you need to keep track with. So you have a database somewhere that you can find all these documents in one place and easily accessible, easy to say. All right, but I want to touch on that. You said that you don't need to go to the office. So if let's say I want to do my claim. So should I have to go to the office because I have receipts? I need to, I need to glue it to a paper and also to send it to HR. How do I do that if I can't go to the office?
All right. I think what you're asking is what we did. I mean, last 10 years. I remember last time when I was younger. I'm not that old anyway. When I was younger, I did a lot of traveling, and I have to like spare half a day of my time at the office just to submit my claims. And these are actually production hours that I'm wasting. So with the advent of technology and with costs being brought down, with all this, when it became when it's being made available to the mainstream, I think such activity such as making claims can be done much faster. And for that, maybe I can run a demo for
Oh, okay, all
everyone
right.
to see. Okay, so
So I think we have a sneak peek here for
yeah,
Zoho app. Okay, all right.
so I'm gonna use Zoho Expense. Zoho Expense is a claim management software from Zoho. So I have this receipt that I got yesterday, and this is from McDonald's. So let me pull up my screen for a while. Bear with me for a second.
So is the app? Do we have can we access from the website as well, or only from the app?
All Zoho applications comes by default on the web or through desktop, but it also has its mobile application, as what you can see on my screen here.
Sure, sure.
These are all the Zoho applications that I have within my mobile device. So what do I want to do just now? Okay, claiming. So maybe, like you said, what you normally do was collect all the receipts, put it inside your wallet, put it inside your handbag. Or what I did last time, I have a special shoebox that I will put all my receipts, because then it will make it easier for me to do the claims later. But instead of that, what I do now is that I took out my phone after paying for any receipts. So then let me switch on my pointer. Okay, there's a camera button down here. Then I can just take a receipt, take a snapshot of the receipt, click, and then do auto scan. And what we will do is that it will try to read the receipt, capture the amount, try to capture the merchant, the date as well of the receipt, and also some other details in which we can see. Okay, so let's wait for the receipt to be scanned. Okay, right. So we have got the notification. Right, the amount is 83 ringgit, McDonald's, and the date was yesterday, 20th September. And there's even a warning, because we can set some configuration whereby we can set policy within our organization. It says that, okay, this expense has not been categorized. So what I'll need to do is that I just go to edit and categorize this as entertainment and save. Okay, done. Then, yep, you've already record your expense. So what you need to do now is later to include it into a report for us to submit for approval. Or maybe what I want to do now is I want to add an expense. Add a mileage claim. So there's a mileage section. So I choose my vehicle as my car. So I can choose either to use distance travel or odometer reading, the start reading and end reading. So for this, I use distance travel. So instead of keying in the kilometer or the distance manually, what I can do is that I can use a map. Okay, so maybe I choose my current location. Okay, where do I want to go? I mean, since this is a claim, I think my mom is watching this. Maybe make her happy if I type her house. Okay. So, okay, then we see that the distance is 89. Oh, that's a borderline of dua marhalah. Okay. All right, save. Then it automatically we record the distance, and then mileage rate is 75 cent per kilo, and automatically it will calculate the amount. Then since receipt is mandatory, I just attach the receipt or the picture of the map just now. This one. Save. Yep. Okay. My claim is now, my expense is now recorded.
So even you don't, okay, because I think before this people go onto Google Maps and and having to calculate the distance between one place and one place, meaning that even though even at while you are traveling, you can do your claims already, correct?
Exactly. You need to like reserve a time back at your home or back in your office to do all this. Gone were the days where you need an A4 paper, glue, and a spreadsheet form for you to fill up just to submit your claims. You can do it on the fly and on the go.
Okay, so I think that's a sneak peek of what we can do with Zoho Express. I think we can go on deeper later on. So back to our topic. So but some people, they are really in terms of working manually. Right now what we see right now, they are really comfortable using spreadsheets and also paper forms. What are your thoughts about that, Aslan?
Alright. Before I answer your question, let me put it out there is that I got nothing against Excel or spreadsheet. Okay, it's a wonderful tool. Everyone use it around the world. And again, I would like to reiterate: if things are not broken, why fix it? But then, by doing your work through a spreadsheet, you miss some of the important things like audit trail, and also there's no control of data sanctity. You don't know whether the data is up to date or whether it's pure, in a way that there's no tampering by others, because somebody might just delete one cell and you won't know that those values have been removed or be deleted by somebody, or worst case is that the file might be corrupted as well. You can't just open the file and you can't recover that due to some technical issues. So and then on the paper forms, I think now we are moving to 2022. We need to try our best to save more trees, I believe. No more printing hard copy papers, hard copy forms for people to fill up, and in return we just collect the form and type it again. Why not have an online form, or why not have a system and share it across for people to enter their data, enter the information, and those data will later be synchronized or updated on the cloud and can be accessible on real time. And if you need an approval to be done, of course, Zoho especially have such a feature for that to be in place.
Yeah, right. So talking about paper forms, I think a lot of HR, I think not only HR, but a lot of companies that when they onboard somebody, so there's a lot of forms that you need to fill in, so that you can all the details when you do that and all that. So keeping that data of form also in some place will be. Would you say it will be obsolete in future? Because it's when the business is already 3, 4, or even 10 years. Is it too late for them to go to digital transformation or not? What do you think?
So, of course, it's never too late to do anything or to to start on anything. As the saying goes, Colonel Saunders started KFC at the age of 70 plus. So going DT at a later stage, I mean, even though your business has run for more than 10 years, 20 years, it is still possible. But one thing that we have to be that we have to take note is that the more that we delay, the more that we wait, more I would say more dirty data will be accumulated, and that will make it harder for any migration to be done in the future. So if let's say you can do it now, I think that's worth considering.
All right, so I see your point there. So before we move on, so if you guys have any questions about HRMS or about digital transformation, do write your comments down below, wherever that you are watching us, in YouTube, in Facebook, or in LinkedIn, and we will try to address that questions. All right, so before we move on to Zoho People and Zoho Expense, in terms of a short demo from you, I just wanna. There's one question here from Irwan Johari. Yeah. So if you can up the question, data will be kept. Irwan Johari. That's one question. That the data will be kept on cloud. So what's the answer for that, Alan? Is it safe on cloud?
I think this is referring to the receipts that was scanned just now. Yes, data will be stored automatically on the cloud, in which we can see later on how it is being reflected when we go to the desktop view.
Okay. So the data will be on the cloud lah. So we can always revisit the data back, correct?
Of course.
Okay. So so I think let's start with Zoho People first. Before that, let's watch this video.
Alright, so just now we just saw the features that are available within Zoho People. So Zoho People is actually the flagship product from Zoho in terms of HR. It has many modules. Some of the available core modules would be the self-service module, the attendance module, leave management, time tracking, organization module, and they also provide some other advanced module like performance management, LMS, and so on. So I'm just going to take a brief overview on how it looks like and how we can facilitate our day-to-day work from HR perspective and also from employee perspective. Okay. So what we can see now is that this is the Zoho People screen. So when we are logged in, we'll be presented with the self-service option. So this is similar like your intranet portal, where you can log in and access your data, your information, your personal information, and you can do things like applying leaves, look at your calendar, and maybe report any cases to your HR as well. So in a way, with Zoho People, this module comes pre-built, in which you don't need to purchase any add-on or integrate with any other application. Correct. As a background, like what Shari has mentioned, we want to take away the needs of paper forms. So when somebody come join a company, a new joiner, I believe during orientation, during the first day that the new employee set foot at the office, they will be asked by the HR to fill up a form, especially their personal details, their banking details, and even the information on their statutory contribution, like LHDN number, EPF number, SOCSO number, so on and so forth. So actually what we can do is that we can share a form. It's an online form from Zoho people for them to fill up using the onboarding module. And whenever they fill that up, those information can be converted into their employee profile. And once they are converted, they can view all these things through the self-service page. So you can see who they are, so they can know what's their position, what's their department, who are their reportees, and also their personal details, the basic info. Maybe there's some discrepancies, especially on the salary. Oh, why is my salary at 1,005? Okay, all right. So I need to raise this up to my HR. So of course, some fields can be maintained on your own by the employee themselves, and some fields are only open to the HR admin themselves. Okay, and then like dependent. So if let's say they have more kids, more children to be added into their record, they can do so on their own. And if let's say they change their bank details, they can change it as well. If they want to change their marital status, so from single to married, from married to divorce, or so on and so forth. So all directly from the Zoho people screen. And also I would like to take note that you can also do this on your mobile device as well. So no worries. And if let's say we want to include some approval flow whereby any changes made by an employee needs to be reviewed and needs to be approved by the HR admin, we can configure that as well within Zoho people. Right. So that's about the self-service module, right? And another thing that I want to touch is about information sharing or data sharing, especially HR letters, right? So within Zoho people, we have this module called files, whereby we can group two different categories of files. One of it is organization-wide files, things like your company handbook, your HR policy, your anti-bribery policy, health and safety policy. So all these can be stored here and shared and can be accessible by all the employees. Again, both from desktop and their mobile device. And one of the popular document that is being shared now, surat MITI letters, and surat kebenaran bekerja for everyone to download, for everyone to present to during roadblocks or to the police station whenever they want to apply for permission to travel. So we can have all this stored here as well. And another category would be the employee files. So this would be all the HR letters that are being issued to you, to the employee. Okay. And this can be offer letters, promotion letters, incentives, probationary letters, disciplinary letters. So everything will be here so that you don't need to keep a copy anymore. So last time I used to have one file to store all my HR letters that for the companies that I've worked with. But now I will throw away the folder. Everything will be here. I can access it anywhere, anytime, as long as I have internet connection. And if let's say I want to, and I try to be cheeky, right? So while working, I'm being headhunted by a recruiter, and they offered me a new job in another organization. But since I've been with the current company for the past 5 or 6 years, I no longer remember what's my notice period. So I can just pull up my mobile device, open Zoho People, check my offer letter, and straight away I will know what's my notice period, whether it will be 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
But we
etc.
know that most of the HR letters are all PNC. So when you put it on this platform like Zoho People, can it be accessible only to you, only to HR, or everybody in the company?
Right, we can set permission level on who can access what. So of course, the employee letters, we can share it directly to the employee, and maybe only the HRMS or the supervisor can have access to those documents, such documents. And if let's say we are to share it with everyone, we can open the permission level to everyone as well. So to answer your question, yes, there's such a way for us to control the accessibility of such documents, all these PNC letters. And with such a module in place, we no longer need a steel cabinet to store all your HR files in the organization.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember the steel
I
cabinet.
think our company already thrown away the steel cabinet. Or even if it's still there, maybe it's still it's already empty because everything is being stored on the cloud.
All right, one more thing about the employee profile. You said that we can edit it ourselves. Is there any control to that? Meaning that is there some fields that only can only be edited, or all fields can be edited?
Yep. Zoho People allows customization where we can set different permissions to different fields. And this has been mentioned earlier as well during my explanation, that we can open such fields to be editable only by the employees, only by HR, only by certain people with certain privilege or certain access. So that's not an issue at all.
Okay, all right. I think let's move on to because I saw from your script there. Let's move on to there's a check-in feature that that is available, the module. Okay, so if I understand now, when people want to for in terms of recording attendance, so either you use punch card, access card, or thumbprint. So how do you use this check-in feature?
Yep. I think you're also used to using your access card or your biometric device in your previous organization to mark your attendance, right? And then nowadays, I think with COVID, there are more devices being introduced, like the thermal scanners that is being integrated with thermometer with camera to mark your attendance. So what I'm going to show you is how we're going to make use of Zoho People mobile device to perform our check-in. So let me bring my screen up again. So yep, we have Zoho People on mobile over here. So I can do my check-in directly from the app. So we again throw away all the devices, no need to invest anymore. And with this, I can also, the company can easily make it easier to transition to remote work because people can mark their attendance remotely, right? So open up Zoho People, do check-in. Then I have a configuration for everyone to take a selfie to mark their attendance. I can't turn my background. My green screen. Okay, check in. So what it does is that it will record your time when you check in, And we also have geotagging enabled within Zoho People, in which it will record your location, the location where you perform the check-in, and how are you doing it, whether are you doing it from your mobile device or are you doing it from your desktop. So let's take a look at how it looks like in desktop view. So today, if we did a check-in, 11:37 is down. I did it from my mobile device, and this is my address or location. So if let's say I'm the HR, I'm so busybody. I really want to see where is this place. I can click view map to see where the exact location is, and then I want to see whether was it really you who performed the check-in. It's not somebody else. Yeah. So this is also being in a way timestamp, right? And where it's being done.
I mean, when you say throw away your devices, so if they already purchased and all that, can it be integrated to Zoho People? All these other external hardware?
Yes, of course. Zoho People has a public API available, and then even the attendance module has a ready-made API for it to communicate directly with such devices, provided that those devices are programmable. So we can send information, the check-in information from those devices into Zoho People, so that everything will be recorded in the cloud. And then, of course, when we have everything recorded, then it'll be easier for us to do reporting later.
I think I think there's a one use case I would on top of my head. Let's say about how about service companies that let's say Kuku or Kowe going to going to a site or client's home to do all the service. Can the HR or I mean the reporting manager can track where they are, or just only when they are there?
All right. So Zoho being a general public software to be used, it complies with GDPR and PDPA. So tracking real-time location of such user will not do well with their privacy policy. So the answer is no. But what it does is that it can capture the location where any check-ins are being done. So let's say for service worker, they can make use of the time tracker module, in which it works similar like attendance, but it's just that time tracker, we can mark whatever hours or minutes that are being logged and categorize it to a billable or non-billable activity, and we can type to a customer, to a client, or to and we can also tag a project so that we can see the cost of each work being done later when we are doing our forecasting.
So from this, I mean from your what you are showing us right now, there is already have the integration with other apps or software. Is it within Zoho or with other apps?
Yep. Again, Zoho being a complete business suite, there are over 40 applications that serves different needs. Each Zoho applications will speak well with each other since they have native integration. But if there's a need for it to be integrated or speak or talk to other applications, other third-party applications, APIs are available, and even I would like to highlight that there's also a Zoho Marketplace whereby one can go there and download any extensions to extend the features or capability of their product.
Okay. All right.
As well.
Good. I think so I think there's a lot more features and modules in Zoho People, but because we are short of time, I think let's move on. So if you have any questions about Zoho People, Let's answer it first before we move on to the next one, which is Zoho Expense. I think we have one from Sufi Pauzi. Okay, can we print the report or proof in the event where we need hard copy document? Okay, it is a question regarding attendance. Azlan.
Yes, we can. Because like I said, what we do with the mobile device, what we do with the desktop is just recording the data. What we want later is for us to generate a report, to generate a report, to send to our management, for audit, things like that. And all these are being made available in all Zoho applications. And if there's a need for one to have more features in terms of reporting, there's a specific application called Zoho Analytics where we can create more complex reports and dashboards.
Okay. All right. I hope that answers your question, Sufi. Okay. Earlier on, you already showed us how to how to record a claim from your phone itself, from the app itself, right? So what else can Zoho Expense do in terms of maybe how do you submit it? How do you do approval? How do you reimburse back the claims? Azlan?
Okay. So for that, I would prefer to do it on a desktop view. Yes, we can do it on also directly from our mobile device, but for the sake of demo, let's take a look at how the desktop view works, since we're going to take a look at both the employee view and admin view as well.
Okay.
All right, so this is Zoho Expense desktop view. What we saw earlier during our receipt scanning is the mobile app. So this is the desktop view of Zoho Expense. In your home screen, you can go to Expense module, and since just now I think we recorded two expenses, right? One is on the mileage, which amounted to 67 ringgit, and the other one was the food or entertainment at McDonald's, 83 ringgit 42 cents. And then I think I have three expenses that I want to record now. So even the system itself will prompt us if there's any violation. So if we say that, okay, this expense seems like a duplicate. So since there's a similar or receipt or expense that has already been recorded earlier in the system. So in which these warnings will give us some sort of insight for approvers or for submitters to take action before it is being verified manually. Okay, so let's say I just want to skip all this process. I want to add all these three expenses, into a report. Okay, add to report. Maybe I see. Webinar demo. So I also have the option to tag this to a customer, to a project. If let's say these billable claims for me to pass back the cost to my customer, I can do so, or even I can tag it to a trip. Normally, if you are going for a business trip, you need to categorize or group all the expenses into a trip. So we can do so as well. So I just hit save, and then a report will be generated. And this report will be similar to your manual or spreadsheet form that you fill up normally at the end of the month to record all your claims. So one good thing is that what I did just now was just to select all the expenses and group them into a report. So the system will be smart enough to do the summation of all the expenses. So you can see the values here, amount to be reimbursed, since all expenses are to be reimbursed. And then if everything is kosher, I'm good with this. Although there's a warning, I just want to bypass this and let my approver to think about it. Can hit submit for it to trigger the approval flow. So I just hit submit. But bear in mind, since this is a my account and I'm also the approver of my own expense, this report will be. Sorry, can you submit the report after 20 September? So okay. At
So,
least
so there's a violation policy there, right? So meaning that
no, this because remember our
oh yes.
Our cut-off date is 20th September. So it's okay. Let me try to fix this. Settings. Is it cut-off date?
So I think there's a lot of I mean you can set all this policy in terms of, you know, you have a cutoff date, you have I mean how many months that you can claim, and also there's a lot of any other I mean you need to have a receipt before you can claim. All this can be set, right?
Yes, of course. You can set all this policy. The good thing about Zoho Expense is that it is very flexible and it allows different levels of customization based on policy. And as long as we know where to go, what to configure, I think most requirements in a company can be addressed. So again, okay, let's try to submit again. Okay, hopefully it passed now. Report submitted. So you can see the approval flow on the left pane. So now this report gets approved. And then remember the receipt that we saw just now, I can throw this away because everything has been recorded on the cloud. And whenever I want to print this out for audit purpose or later, I can just generate a PDF of this document. Open it up. So a nice report will be generated. You have your logo, who this expense belongs to, who's the approver, when is it, and what are the details of the claims, and what's the category of the claims as well. And then down here, of course, is a summary. And then the nicest thing, or the thing that I like most of this, is that it will also include all the receipts that have been tagged to this report, and it even categorize the details, information of each receipt, when it is, what's the amount, what's the category, so that auditors, accountants can just refer to this, and I mean, there'll be no questions from them.
I mean, yeah, I think this is
one another thing is that all these receipts won't fade out because everything has been captured, recorded, and then they can see clearly all those information.
So when you say that you just throw away your receipt, you really meant it, that you just throw away your receipts, as all of this is here, right?
Of course, I'm true to my word.
All right. So
then, okay, last one. Sorry. So because you mentioned about reimbursement just now. So now we know that this has been approved. So if let's say I'm the admin, either I'm the HR or the finance, can go to admin view, can see the report. So I can just filter all the reports that has been approved, and straight away, say I want to, once I've already include the payment into the payroll of the employee, can mark it as reimbursed.
Okay. All right. Does this can this be done automated, or you have to HR have to mark it as reimbursed?
Reimbursement needs to be done manually because it happens after an action has been done or has been performed. But of course, you can do bulk update. You can select all the approved reports and mark it as reimbursed.
But from this app alone, I can see the integration between between a few departments, not a few departments. I would say HR and finance. So meaning that whenever the claim is already being approved and HR has been checked, and this will go through finance and for them to reimburse and to be paid in their payroll. Correct?
Yes, correct.
So you can see, you can already see. For me, I can already see this. There's a few apps already been integrated easily. Not just, You don't have to, okay, this claim is already submitted. Finance, I give you this one. So finance have to check and all that. So I think this is a good feature. I think I see that you don't work in silos. You always been notified whenever a task has been done.
Yep, good that you asked that question. Zoho Expense also integrates well with other accounting system, and for our case, it's with Zoho Books, which is our accounting system. So whatever expenses that has been approved will be automatically booked against the dedicated accounts or general ledger in our book for our bookkeeping. So just now, remember, we have different categories, whether it's entertainment, whether it's for travel, whether it's for mileage claims. So once any expenses has been approved, that will be grouped automatically into their own accounts in Zoho Books. And having said that, not just Zoho Books, it also integrates with other accounting system. So there's a list here. If you're using Xero, QuickBooks, or even other ERPs like AX Dynamics, SAP, Oracle, even Sage, Zoho Expense, would be able to integrate well with those applications. And if your accounting system is not listed here, maybe we can take a look at API, the use of API for us to program or sync whatever data from your claim management system to your accounting system.
All right, nice. I think before we move on, I think we have a few questions from our viewers here. But I want to visit. I want Azlan to answer the question after our third session. But keep the questions coming in. We will answer it after our third session, which is I wanna when a company has spent a lot on software, on integration, customization, let's say, and all that, and they are going through the journey of digital transformation. They are, of course, they don't want it to be failed, because they want something that is much more efficient and smooth for their employees to use. But there's always a case that this can be failed. So in your experience and also expertise, what advice can you give businesses for them not to fail their digital transformation, especially when they are new to this?
Right. So I'm going to answer this for all, not just if you are going through a project or digital transformation journey. So I think this applies for all. Whenever something new is to be introduced to an organization where the company or the people within it has been doing the old way of doing things for so long, there really need to be a proper change management process in place. So as part of the change management, we need to have of course, first of all is the support from the management, from the top level. So if you're talking about SMEs, business owners themselves needs to have that mindset and communicate well towards its employees on why such change needs to happen and where they are heading to and what are objectives of such initiatives. So that is one. Number two, maybe we also need to have a champion within the organization. It can be the management, it can be somebody dedicated, or maybe a project manager, project director, or change management manager as well, to drive this change within the organization. So I've seen companies doing internal campaigns. They raise up posters in the lifts, in the notice board to say that, okay, starting from this date so and so, we're gonna start to use a new system to help us with such a process, blah blah blah. And then there's even countdowns as well. So I think all these are needed as part of the change management. And lastly, I would say in which this has been what has not been acknowledged by most owners, whereby any change process needs to have a buy-in from the employees, people who do the groundwork, people who is facing with the operation. So sometimes owners or management, I think in Malaysia we call it short sendiri. I want to do this, I want to do that. But then I have money, why not? Okay, I just spend. But they actually don't get the buy-in. They don't get the support of their team, of their staff. And in the end, such an investment became white elephants, as I think we can see a lot of them happening in third world countries. Maybe big projects, mega projects are being done, but then no support, no maintenance. So
I think
having it to scope to an organization or business, I think that is something that might need to be considered and addressed.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, because I mean, to instill something to your employees, it will take time, and the one thing, the main thing is your talents, and most of your talents are your employees in a different demographic, different. I mean, you have young people, you have much more older people. I mean, the adaptivity. I mean, do you think that will they use the software that you are trying to introduce? Right. So I agree with Azlan. You have to instill that knowledge, and also instill that need to ensure that all your employees would use the software when you are going to your digital transformation journey. All right, so I think we have a few questions here. I think that we can. I think we want to answer the first one from Azamil. Is that? That's one question from Azamil. Oh yeah, okay. With the workforce is expected to return back to office in the near future, how can Zoho facilitate the transition to the hybrid work management? Yeah, Azlan, can you answer this? Short, simple.
All right. Two answers to one question. One is that if, let's say, we are to address it within Zoho people itself, there's one module called Office Readiness, in which we can get our employees to fill up forms to declare their health condition, and then it makes them, and then it also includes information on the SOPs that need to be adhered to when you come back to office. Number two, maybe answering on hybrid. Zoho has other collaboration tools like Zoho Connect, Zoho Click, and even Zoho Meeting for online collaboration. So this works similar like Zoom, like Microsoft Teams as well. And we use that a lot within our company. So so that's why when the COVID happens, we are basically running as usual. BAU is there, BCP is already in place. Then there's no panic at all when we are being forced to not to come to office.
Okay, all right. So we have two questions about a different Zoho app, but I think I wanna answer this question from Sufi first. There's two questions from Sufi. First, can we not this one? Can the next one? Moderator, there's the next one. Can we track? Yeah, can we keep track in summary one employer total claim monthly, total employee claim monthly, so that we can know expected cost to pay the claim time overtime pay?
Yes, Sophie. All even in Zoho Expense, we have a reporting module whereby we can filter the claim amount of each employee, and we can even filter them by projects, by customer as well.
All right, there's another question also from Sophie. He is asking, how can we monitor our staff work from home?
Hours that my staff spend in work. Job scope is using computer using your Google Sheet. Okay, I think working from home is more on trust. Yes, we can record, we can ask them to perform a check-in, perform a check-out, but to track
Monitor, yeah.
which application that they are using at the moment, okay, not to say Google, but actually in Zoho One dashboard, Zoho One is a bundle of all Zoho applications. We can actually see how many hours or what other applications are being opened by each of the employee. But if let's say you really want to monitor or you really want to see whether they are in front of their PC or in front of their workstation all the time, we have this thing called real-time camera in Zoho Click. Zoho Click is a chat tool from Zoho where you can enable the camera and then the other party or your supervisor can always see your camera, in which I don't like to use it because it invades my own privacy.
Yeah, I think that's up to a company. What are
It's
their
all,
policy?
it's all up to the company.
Up to the company. What are their policy? But if you ask, would there be such a tool that can monitor? Yes, they are.
To some extent, yes.
To some extent, yes, they are. Okay. All right. Another great question also from Azam Sulaiman. Does Zoho allow multi-tenancy segmentation? Owner with multiple companies but wants a single integrated dashboard solution that can view all of it in one go. I think this is a good question, Azam.
Yes. So again, it depends on the product as well. Zoho Books allow multiple organizations. Zoho People also allows multiple organizations, whereby with a single user access, single username using and single password, you can have access to multiple organizations, whereby you can switch from each organization through your profile page. That is one. And if let's say we are to have multiple, cross-reporting reports, we can always churn or create such dashboards through Zoho Analytics by pulling data from all these organizations. If you're familiar with SQL, we can join all the data from all these tables into a view, and then from one view we can generate any reports or any dashboards that you want to look. And then these reports, of course, can be shared to the management, to the employees, to anybody.
I'm not sure. I think there's a lot more Zoho can do. I think, what can you imagine? Maybe Azlan can find out, can it be done or not? It cannot be done, right? Okay. I think we'll go on the last question from Sufyan Zamali. Does Zoho have a manufacturing module to keep track of production costs, assign serial numbers, to assemble products, sync with inventory tracking?
Right. I think this question from Sufyan has been asked a lot by many people globally as well. As of now, Zoho doesn't have any product that is specific to manufacturing. It has one for inventory management through Zoho Inventory, but that is specific for manufacturing. This goes directly to the need of an ERP, whereby you can have production planning, you can have production orders created, you can check your stock level, you can manage your raw material, raw ingredients, and you can even manage your vendors in the form of your supply chain. Zoho is not there yet, from what I've heard from our conversation with Zoho counterparts. There are plans to have this in place, but we don't have any timeline yet. But if let's say there's really a need for us to build it, Zoho has this what we call it low code platform called Zoho Creator, right? And I think I've seen one company in Brazil or in Brazil or in Mexico that did this, whereby from Zoho Creator, they created another application just to satisfy their requirements on manufacturing. Maybe I can share with Sufyan later the link.
Sure. All right.
For
Yeah, I think we have that's the hour that we have spent on Zoho People and Zoho Expense. Also answering some questions that is out of the Zoho People and Expense Zoho People and Expense, meaning that other
no risk.
other Zoho apps as well.
Us.
Okay, so I think we have finally reached the end of the session. If you feel that it's very beneficial for you guys using Zoho People or Zoho Expense, and you like to have a free trial, you can sign up for a free trial that we will share the link with you through email. Just register from our event and we can share the email from you with you. It's a free trial link. And with that sign up, you will get a free ebook from us. So this ebook will help you to understand the functionalities of Zoho People and also Zoho Expense. I think that's all from us. Thank you so much for joining us in this webinar. And inshallah, in future we'll do more sharing on Zoho apps, on other Zoho apps as well, as we as Zoho have more than 40 apps available in their cloud system. But if you want to contact Aplikasi and also you want to know more about other Zoho apps other than Zoho People and Zoho Expense, you can contact them through their email or through the website, and also you can also WhatsApp them. Here, there's a WhatsApp number there. You can WhatsApp directly and ask anything about Zoho. All right. I think that's all from us. There's no more questions that we can answer. You can also follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and also YouTube, so that we will be sharing all our knowledge about Zoho and how you can make your business much more better. So thank you so much, Azlan, for joining us and also sharing what you know about Zoho People and Zoho Expense. Till next time, bye-bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Assalamualaikum.